Well, along everyone. Me again. Uh, After this afternoon, Brian's feeling under the wire tonight, so he wasn't going to do anything. So I thought I would finish this piece I started this afternoon by uh, doing the lid and the finial. As you can see, it's still on the lathe. I was just, I'll bring my, I'll bring up my two helpers in, and then that'll be done, and then I can connect myself to the power grid again.
But, would that
Because
be
my,
helpers or co-conspirators? I'm not so sure which.
my
That's it.
earphones are need charged, and I forgot to charge them, so I need to
Oh,
plug them
mercy.
in over there. So
You want
there
to
they
borrow
are.
mine?
They've been here all the time. They've
Hello,
been here from
everybody.
this afternoon.
Up and
So
left, yeah.
I'll put you in the background again, and then I'll
Cheers,
go and
man.
plug myself
Very
in again.
good.
Oh dear. So
Very good.
just bear with me to try and get this plug in. I don't want to go off mid section.
No, you don't want to die. You don't want your microphone to die. That's never a good plan. It's okay. I mean, I could talk enough for everybody, so you're all right.
You,
Uh,
you know, mine died on me last week during I had a club demo and my headphones died, which is strange, really strange.
right. So there's the piece in question. So where I left off this afternoon, I gave it a coat of sand sealer, and it was just rimming, sanding the holes. So I've already been round them all. I just wanted to show you that wee bit before we move on, and that just needs a wee taste of wax on it. So we'll do that later, but we'll concentrate on. Oh, I'm tethered to the thing. I can't move. Oh, this is a nightmare. Oh, right. Anyway, where's my key? So we'll take that out and set that to the
Watch,
side.
watch you don't get that cable caught in
So
the lead, for God's sake.
there we have our piece. Okay.
Nice.
So
Nice. Very nice.
we'll set that to the side, somewhere safe. Right there, it'll be more than. So I've got another piece of American cherry.
Lucky.
So it'll probably be, we'll probably color this black or ebonizing it, as you say. So if you want to tell me who's in, and I'll just measure this up and get
All right.
ready.
Would you like me to do that, Brian? Save your voice a
you
little
work.
bit.
You work
All
away on
right.
it.
Richard Phelan is in. We're glad to see you, Richard, as well as Alex, the wood butcher. So glad to see you back again. Roger Kent has dropped in. Good to see you. Let's see. Des Barnwell. Hey, guys. Paul Hoyton is in. Good to see you. Rob at Klingspor Abrasive is in. And we knew there'd be a bunch more people coming in. Professor Rob is in. Bob P is in from Alexandria, Virginia. Good to see you, Bob. A good start to the afternoon or the evening for you all.
Evening for us,
Afternoon
guys.
for us.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
This is not good. That's it's better now. So I've just measured the size of the opening on the piece, and just marked that with my calipers. And we're just going to take that bit of timber away.
Now your main bowl was sycamore, right?
No cherry.
Jerry.
Oh, your bowl was cherry. I'm sorry. I don't know
The
why I had
first one was
sycamore in my head.
the first one was sycamore, Doug.
Gotcha. That's where I got it. Okay.
The original was sycamore, yeah.
Yeah. So the one this morning was cherry. Now your lid's cherry. That'll be good. That'll be good.
So we'll probably ebonize it to make it a contrasting color.
Mhm.
Okay. That'll look good.
Oop. We'll make it a wee bit tighter than that. It's just a wee tad too shoot. So I'll take a wee bit more off that. And just oh. So I hope everybody's well. That's better. That's a good fit. We don't want it too tight because you want to be able to lift the piece with the finial, not drop it halfway through the
Just tight enough.
process.
It's just
Yeah,
about tight
just-
enough to finish that foot.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll set that back over there out of the way. And we'll just undercut the inside of that.
JP Woodwork has joined us. Hello, JP.
Hi, JP. Good evening, buddy.
Mr. Jamie Page.
And as you can see, it's not Brian, it's me.
It's not me tonight. I'm not up to it. Malcolm Douglas just joined us. Good evening, Malcolm.
Hey, Malcolm.
I'm Malcolm.
Yeah, Brian, it sounds like that has settled in your sinuses and nose a bit more.
It has a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a little more of a bass sound to your voice.
Just cupping that a wee bit and underneath. So that was good.
Lucy Bundy Rowe. Hello.
So
hello, small person. How are you doing, Lucy?
We'll give that a quick sand before taking any of that timber away. I should have brought that table. Oh. Have you seen what I'm trying to do to get this table over to me where the sand and stuff for us?
We're kind of guessing.
Yeah, I'm stretched out, connected to this wire here, and trying to get.
You try to hook your foot on it, are you?
Yeah, well, I managed to get it.
Good.
Oh dear.
That's so you learn by your mistakes. Make sure your headset's charged. Well, I normally don't do an evening session, so
I always charge me up just as soon as I'm finished. Plug it in straight away.
Right.
Well, we'll just give it a quick sand.
I'm lucky enough to have two headsets, one for the house and one for out in the shed. So.
Good deal. My only question with plugging them up all the time, is that not going to wear the battery out quicker?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
It's not nickel cadmium. They're lithium batteries.
Okay.
If it's a NiCad, it would. NiCad batteries have a desperate bad habit of developing a memory.
Right.
So if you discharge them for a little bit and then recharge them, they start to think that that's all they've got.
Right.
So nickel cadmium batteries, when I was in the military, we used to have a thing for discharge them completely. So when you came in off patrol or whatever, you plugged them in and it discharged them completely. And then you recharge them. So you got the full 8 or 10 hour operating window.
Right.
Whereas with lithium batteries, it doesn't work like that.
I've been well pleased with this Jabra, the way it holds up for so long.
Yeah,
But
well,
then when
it's
it
good.
goes out, it goes out.
Well, yeah, it's typical of lithium batteries. It goes right to the end of its life and then dies.
Yes.
It
Yep.
doesn't tail off any. There's no tail away. It just kind of drops dead.
Right. That's
That's
what mine
typical
did.
of lithium.
That's what mine did last week. It got to the end and I didn't get any message or
Okay,
anything. It just quit.
Take this headset off to go and get
Oh.
my silent sealer and stuff. I normally do
Uh,
have it sitting beside me, but for some reason,
That's okay, Paul. You just take it off if you need to.
Take it
But
off
here.
if you need to, or as JP has just suggested, there, if you have a USB extender, you could plug it in somewhere and bring it up under the lathe or something.
Yes, I'm going to move this. Just realised this is on an extension lead.
If you have
Why
an
am I?
extension,
Ah,
exactly. So there you
Look,
go.
fighting it for no reason.
Look,
Try get it coming
extension
from
lead.
behind you. You can. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
uh,
You've cracked it
I'm,
now.
I'm flying now.
Malcolm Douglas is asking me, I have an O2 Razor Master Pro 2 and I'm using the GRBL software to operate it. What software do you use to feed designs into it? I use
Lightburn.
Lightburn, as does most other
Yeah, Lightburn's about the best.
Lightburns is the kind of go-to software for laser burners, and it's not that expensive.
No, it's not that dear. You get loads of updates and stuff.
Lucy
Plus,
says,
there's
it's-
lots of tutorials on YouTube
"Oh yes,
from
there's a guy
the
called
Louisiana Rick.
Louisiana Hobby Guy.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's
He,
right
he,
good.
he is very, very good actually. Good tutorials. It's not hard. It's not that difficult to learn. I mean, I can do it, so it's not that difficult.
Yeah, it's just getting the hack of the software. That's the hard bit.
Mm-hmm.
Most people get caught up on that and don't understand it.
JP, yes, I'm coming over Harrogate. Now the plan is to be there, JP. And Lucy says, "Is that the calming tones of Brian and Doug that I hear?" It is.
Yes, it is.
She turned the shit on.
Calming tones. You use that term
Yes,
loosely, huh?
very, very. I would suggest, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Yes, you can type in text in Lightburn. You can do. You can almost do anything in Lightburn. It's an amazing program.
Yep.
Full of huge, lots and lots of features, but not difficult to learn. So don't be afraid of it. It may look
Right.
complicated on the screen to begin with,
You
but it
can
isn't.
download it for a month to try it.
That's true. You can. You get 30-day free trial, yeah. Or is it 28-day free? I can't remember. There's a free trial period anyway.
And if you
It
do
has a
get it
lot.
for a year and you
Mm,
decide you don't want to, you still have it. You know, you just won't receive any updates.
That's
That's the only
correct. Yep.
thing.
And to be fair, the program, if you download it now and pay the annual fee this year, you probably won't need the updates. To be honest,
Because
unless
it just updated recently, didn't it?
yeah. And I mean, when they update it, they're just adding new features.
Mm-hmm.
If you really don't need the new features, why
Yeah.
bother updating?
There's enough features on it at the minute.
Well, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, tons.
Half of them I don't even use.
Door 60 just came in. Hello, Door.
Good evening, Andy.
And they,
Andrew. JP was going through some stuff the other day and found a whole box of Niles bottle stopper stuff.
Oh, good man, JP. I is definitely coming to Harrogate. Well, that's the plan, unless something gets in the way, but that's the plan. The hotel's booked. Let's put it like that. The hotel is booked.
Yeah.
Just have to. I'll have flights to book now. In fact, I'll be doing them tomorrow before the cheaper ones run out.
just take a wee bit more off that.
Alex the Wood Butcher says lots of registered numbers floating around on the net for Lightburn. Can't be party today. Suggesting that.
I'm
Can't
kind of
remember.
surprised. I've been hearing a lot of these programs like Lightburn, stuff that people download quite often that have gone from one-time fee to now it's a monthly, either a yearly or a monthly fee. And
Yeah.
it's whatever.
There's a lot of money in the development of these things too.
Yes,
So
absolutely
and
there
if they
is.
want to keep updating them and stuff, somebody has to pay. I mean, I think when I first got it, it was a lifetime thing. They called it a lifetime subscription,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't. It wasn't terrible. It was about 40 quid or something, and I thought
Right, right,
that's never going to last.
right.
You know, so I think it's something like 60 quid for a year or something, which at the end of the day is not a huge amount of money.
No, it's not. That's not.
Sell 10 Christmas trees, there you go.
There you go. JP has to unbox his 10-watt laser. He's had it since February. Still hadn't unboxed it. JP,
JP, gotta grab yourself, boy.
JP, you could have been engraving pens and pencils and all kind of things and making some money.
Yeah, don't be worrying about it, JP. I've got one sitting in my shed, and the only thing it really ever does is burns sandpaper discs into round discs, and occasionally burns the rear end of a piece with my logo.
Right?
That's about all it does.
Yeah,
That's about all I want one for is to engrave
that's what
my
I got it
logo.
for.
Mm.
But I since made a wee man, and
Yeah,
Yes, you have.
there's Elvin, my friend.
Alvin.
Alvin.
Cut him out the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, Rob says that if you buy the software, you can have it on up to 3 computers. That's 100% correct. I have it on my indoor
Yeah,
computer here, so as if it's kind of in the winter time, I can sit and play with designs if I want,
sure.
and then just send it out to outside.
Mm-hmm. Well, that'd be nice.
Just making sure
I
this
have only
fits
I have
before
only
I
got a
keep any timber.
5.5 watt laser, and I mean it does everything I want it to do, but I would actually like to upgrade to 10 watt.
Well, I upgraded it to 10-watt brand, so it did there.
Mm-hmm.
And so far,
Is the
yep,
cutting much better, eh?
yes, it cuts a lot better.
Mm.
Rob at Klingsport said he loves playing with his laser, and JP
Yeah.
said you should start posting pictures. He has been. He's been
Yeah, well,
posting some nice pictures.
he does some stunning work on it, does indeed. Pictures are so 2022, JP.
Oh,
Well said, Rob. You do some nice work on that, Rob, I have to say.
yes.
I don't know where you find the time. I just seem to run out of time. Just don't
Right.
know what happens.
Alex has a Niji Master 2 that's not been used for 2 years.
Oh,
Well, I'll tell you what, Alex, you box it up and send it to me, and I'll see if I can't put it to use for you. Of course, the shipping will probably be more than what the thing's worth.
yeah, probably, yeah.
From one side of the pond to the other, that'd be tough.
It certainly is not a cheap way to go.
I'm just feeling a wee relief on that to let me sit down a wee bit more. I don't want to have to take anything
Uh-oh.
out of
I sta-
this recess.
I stand by your beds, boys. Benjamin's in.
Oh no! Hello, Ben.
And so is
Hey,
Rob from
Copper.
the Copper Isles.
Yeah,
Ben,
Ben and Rob both.
Two dangerous men to have in a chat.
it's a wee bit tight still.
Well, we need one more. He who holds the beaver is not in yet.
He's not.
Do 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 do. I think that's better. Too tight. It's going on a bit easier.
Alex has a small Bluetooth engraver for pins. He hasn't used it either. Come on now, Alex.
Yeah, get your ass in gear, boy.
A name on a pin raises the price about $15, $20.
Okay, we'll take this bit of waste timber around and away.
Whee! Go on, get that shaving point at the camera. Angle that shaving.
Just check that again before going any further. Because sometimes when you take timber off, it loosens things up a wee bit, leaves the timber to stretch.
Releases the tension in the timber.
Surely does.
Seems to be all right.
It's got a small CNC machine as well. He's never
My
used.
goodness, Alex, where do you have all this stuff?
It's a workshop full of stuff that's not getting used. It's time for a workshop sale.
Mm.
I didn't think about a CNC machine, but then I thought I don't have any real need for it.
Right. You know, if you've got a laser, you've got 75% of everything you could ever want right there.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a bigger one like you guys have, that 10 watt, you can cut with that and do some pretty neat things.
Can indeed. JP needs to get his unboxed. Or I'll tell you what, JP, just leave it in the box. Stick my name and address on it and send it now. Happy.
Right, that's better. Okay, enough of that. Okay.
Paul's just made a jump chuck.
Yep.
It'll work.
Right.
JP says, Wurzel, are you single? My missus would never let me spend that money and not use it. Yeah. Neither would mine.
That's why it only costs $12.99, right?
That's exactly right.
Yep. Set those out of the way. Knock them over. Bring it. Tail stock up.
That sounds like a good deal to me, Alex.
Yep. Very good deal.
Mm-hmm. He says they're sat here behind me in the spare bedroom, a bleak office, with a 3D printer. Lol. And I'm married, and we buy whatever we want. And that's just the way it kind of should be, really. As long as you don't go silly.
My son's fiance has a grandfather that has a 3D printer for sale. I keep thinking I'd like to have that, but I really think I'd like to have a laser more.
Yeah, laser printing's a bit more complicated, I think.
Well, it may be, but it can do things that 3D printer can't do.
Oh yeah. 3D printer is just a one-trick pony. You can either print stuff or you print stuff, and that's it.
Yeah. I've got a piece for a jig that got broken it was made with a 3D printer to begin with. So I've got a guy down the road here. He's gonna, if I take him the piece, he can make me a new one. JP almost put his 3D printer out the window.
Yep.
Gave it away instead. Good for you. Good for you. Let somebody play with it.
So I've decided to make the lid different from the other one. The other one sat down in the piece. I'm
Right.
just gonna have this sitting on top. I think it'll look better. What do you think?
That's just a different style.
Yep.
I like them both, but I like what you got there, except that it went flying.
I knew that would fall out.
You sent it flying.
I think it.
That's all right. I like we like that. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll have to put a wee bit of paper in with that now.
But tissue.
Just
Good trick too. Good tip sometimes too. If it's just tiny bit loose, put a little bit of water in the tissue. A little bit of wet tissue that kind of swells the timber up as well.
Sure.
It'll grip it quicker. And then if it's stuck, just leave it dry. It'll come back out again.
right. I'll do the.
JP couldn't get his to work apparently. Someone else has come to use it and worked perfectly. And as soon as he left, it went back to broken. Yeah, and JP still says it was a machine. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's that red switch on the back.
I'm gonna drill the hole for the finial here now.
Suspiciously like operator error to me.
Yeah. That red switch on the back that says power. Sometimes that works.
Excuse me.
No, I figured out a while back. You have something like that, you can't get to work. You watch out your front window for about a 12-year-old kid to walk by, and they'll get it running for you real quick.
You give me shit. Oh, Susie's in. Hi, Susie.
Hey, Susie.
Hi, Susie. Do 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 do.
Alex has said, sod saving for that rainy day. I've got quite a large workshop, but it's full to the brim. Good man. Quite right.
That's mine, but unfortunately I can't find a thing.
Yeah, I had a scroll saw too, but I tried it once or twice and didn't like it very much, so it's gone too. Sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, gone.
Yep.
See, you can get a scroll saw attachment now for your bandsaw from if you're a record power bandsaw. They have an attachment now for a bandsaw that turns it into like a scroll saw.
That would be interesting.
It does. I mean, I seen it set up somewhere. I can't remember where I seen it set up now. Oh, well, it was up in the woodshed.
Okay.
They had it set up to kind of test it and try it out and see. And yeah, it looks pretty interesting. But scroll sawing's not for me.
So I'll just give us a light sound.
JP says the Pegasus made that adapter.
Well, there is obviously some sort of promotion going on currently with Record Power because they're advertising everywhere. Susie, Gideon wants to know where you are and when you're coming to see him again. You obviously made a good impression. Richard says he's seen the scroll saw thing at the weekend and it works really well. Yeah, I just seen it set up on the bandsaw up at the woodshed and didn't actually see it working, but it looked fine. And Rob chips in and says, scroll saw equals poor man's laser. Ooh.
Yeah. No.
JP Record made an adapter, but Pegasus have made the actual saw.
Okay.
No, it's just a kit that you attach to the saw from Record Power. It comes from Record Power. Goes on the Record Power saw, JP. You can get it for my big BS350S. In fact, you can get it for the Sabre 450 as well if you want it. Seems like a big machine to be using as a scroll saw, mind you.
Yeah. I bet.
Yeah.
1.5 horsepower motor for a scroll saw. But
Mm-hmm.
seems like a bit of overkill. And Rob's right, if I want something scroll saw, I'll just use the laser. Yeah, I have no idea, Ben. I'm not sure it's how it works at all. I wouldn't think you'd be taking the blade off to put it through a hole anyway, that's for sure. Doesn't make sense to me either. Yeah, it was on the 350 Sabre, says Richard. Yeah. Yeah, they were demonstrating making bandsaw boxes and stuff like that rather than it's a jigsaw, not a scroll saw. Yeah, it works like a jigsaw, yeah. I'm sure they called it a scroll saw thing on their website. Let me just have a quick look.
Right, I'll turn that racket off. I'll give it a wee taste of sand sealer. And
The system that I'm talking about is called the Coronet Cobra Bandsaw Scroll Guide System.
Mm.
There it is, if anybody wants to have a look at it. Paste.
right, I needed your opinion. Does it need to be coloured or not?
It probably doesn't if you're having a nice dark finial.
Yeah, if I'm doing put a dark finial on it, I can paint the finial.
I think it probably doesn't need. It's kind of matching the original timber. It's not like you've two different types of timber there.
Yeah. They're both cherry, but that's
It's a
American
little bit
cherry. That.
lighter. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little bit lighter than the original.
So it's
When
not
you,
too bad.
yeah,
I'll just leave that and we'll colour the finial. We'll
yeah, I think that'd be all right.
ebonize the finial.
I think it'll be okay. Yeah, yeah. Agreed, man.
Just to wee
Yeah.
taste the Yorkshire crit and that, and just to tidy that up a wee bit.
JP says that a scroll saw was originally called a jigsaw. I don't know enough about scroll saws to comment on that. I'll take your word for it, JP.
Some people are good on them. I'm not one of them.
It's a reciprocating blade, isn't it? Just goes up and down. Whereas in a
Yeah.
bandsaw, it would just be going downwards. It would just be going down all the time. So
No, it's going
Mhm.
up and down.
the problem with the jigs with the scroll saw, it goes up and down. If you put the wrong kind of blade in, it kind of lifts the thing up. So you need the pressure put on it. But like a
Sure.
sewing machine, really.
I just added a link for my live tomorrow evening for those of
Good.
you who
Oh,
like to have
okay.
those.
We could be at our club tomorrow night, so we might not be able to see that, Doug.
Sure. Well, it'll be there later.
It will indeed. It will.
You coming up, Grant?
Who's on? Is it David?
David O'Neill. Yeah,
I think I might try and get her on. If I feel okay, I'll take her on.
he's a good turner. He's a
Oh,
production
very,
turner.
yeah, very good, yeah. He is indeed a production turner. He's a big fancy copylate as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he makes some lovely stuff.
Does. Seen on his Facebook page the other day, he made a couple of great big pieces to go somewhere.
Yeah, he brought them in one week to show us the legs, table legs he made for this table.
JP sent me a link. That means I need to go on. I can just go in. JP messaged me a link.
Right.
Scroll bandsaw. Woodcraft.
So,
Pegasus 14-inch scroll. Well, look at that. Aye.
right. Now, this didn't get
Oh,
any.
look at the price of that.
This only got a coat of sand sealer on it, so it needs a wee light rub with it. I think 400 would probably do.
So Pegasus actually do make a 14-inch scroll bandsaw machine,
Okay.
and it's $1,850.
Wow. Wow. Twisted Pete of the Trees is in. Good morning.
Oh, evening, Pete.
Good morning, Pete.
But I'll stick the link in for everybody who wants to have a look at that too.
It might be fun to look at.
I'll share the information wherever you can get it.
There you go.
Information is power.
And for the folks,
You can either know what to buy or what not to buy. You take your pick.
for me, it's what not to buy.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, that
I'm
kind of
so
money, I'll not be buying it.
I'm so broke right now. I can't hardly pay attention.
A bandsaw that takes scroll saw blades.
That would be interesting.
Scroll saw size blades. Yeah, I thought Ken was going to say.
blades.
I'm going to say, how did they manage to get that circular motion and then up and down motion on a bandsaw? That would be a good trick. But there it is if you want to have a look. A fret saw, yes. It was a fret saw. Fret saw. That's what it used to be called, a fret saw. That's what it started off as, fret saws.
Where's the promo code that reduces it to $12.99?
Yeah.
Good try, Rob. Good try.
You have to have a word with Woodcraft about that, I'm afraid, and I can't help you with that, Rob. Right, hold on a minute. Pete's been in for at least 2 minutes now, and he hasn't. There's been no comment yet. I don't know. Pete's not feeling very well. Obviously, there's something wrong.
Must be something wrong. That or Lisa standing over his shoulder.
Oh, excuse me for coughing and stuff, boys.
Yeah, Ben's looking for the conversion kit. Turn his lathe into a scroll saw.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they make that. It's called a shopsmith. I've got
Shucks.
two of them. My only issue with a shopsmith, it does so many things so good, but it does nothing with excellence.
All right, okay.
The biggest problem I have is the motor's undersized. It's only a
Right.
3/4 horse motor.
Mm.
Um, the first one I had, the motor was going bad. It was just losing power, and it took them months to get me a new motor. They took my money,
Oh
but they
yeah.
didn't get. And they were, oh my, I could get angry just thinking about it. They
I
were
don't do.
they were selling them like crazy. After about 3 months, I called, said, "Where's my motor?" "Oh, we're waiting on a spring." I said, "Well, I heard that,
Mm.
but y'all are still selling those, aren't you?" "Oh yeah, we're selling them like crazy." I said, "Okay, go get a spring off of one of those and send it to me so that I can be back up and running. Y'all are killing me right now. You're costing me money every day."
Mm.
And she didn't have much sympathy for that. I was
No,
a
bet
little
I bet you didn't.
no. She didn't care that I was a little put out.
Mm.
But it's interesting. About a week and a half later, I had my motor with the spring on it.
Yeah. Alex says, I'm looking for the conversion kit that will turn me into a wood turner.
Well, Alex, I've seen some of
Oh,
your
Alex.
work. It's not that bad, buddy. Come on.
Oh,
It's wow. No.
we're not falling for that one, Alex.
Okay,
Pete,
Pete's cooking dinner, he says.
yeah.
Okay. I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
believe
this
it,
is
but
Pete's dinner time. Now that is Pete. Pete has his dinner late. Well, not late for some people, but that's what time Pete usually has dinner.
Right. Let's see.
says he uses his scroll saw for a dust collector now. That's what all my turnings are. My wife has started asking me every time I bring in a new piece. She says, "What's that for?" I say,
Uh,
"Collect dust." She says, "Oh, okay."
Man says you need a lot of patience to use a shopsmith. I
Yeah,
couldn't be bothered, he says. Well,
yeah.
that's not quite what he said, but no more.
You, I I use mine for two things now: the bandsaw and the disc sander. That's the only two things I use mine for. Um, to use it as a lathe, it's underpowered and it's not as precise as it needs to be. For a table saw, again, it's underpowered and just too small. Um,
JP says he's
yeah,
ashamed that his scroll saw is a shelf at the moment. So you should be, JP.
yeah,
You're you're good on the scroll saw too. So get the thing
absolutely.
fired up and do some stuff on it.
You got bit by the turning bug.
Mm-hmm.
There is one thing that the shopsmith does that's absolutely excellent, and that's a horizontal drill. You can drill something really long horizontally
Mm.
with that shopsmith. It does an excellent job of that. But other than that, well, the
Um,
joiner and the planer, those work well, but it takes a while to get them set up. Once they're set up, they're great. Um, I don't know. I've got
I
lots of
think
attachments.
yeah, I think Rob from Coppola Wood Turning has the right idea. He said he loved watching the shopsmith demos at the shopping malls when I was a kid. They made it look so easy, but I bet it was a pain in the ass though.
Yep.
Yeah, you're probably right, Rob.
Yep.
These things, it looks like a great idea, but yeah, there's always setup involved.
If you have very limited space and you're not going to do very much, just want to play around with woodworking, a shopsmith is a fine piece of equipment. Um,
Could we just go to the overhead here, Paul? Because
Yep.
the locking handle on your quill is in the
Oh,
way. Uh-oh,
I
uh-oh,
have to go over.
uh-oh.
I have to go over to the computer.
now we got to
Oh,
click here and click there, and it'll pop right on.
Come back on, man.
Maybe
there you are.
there it is.
Oh, dear.
Um, my dad got started with that shopsmith, and I was moving here, and he says, "Why don't you just take it with you?" Because he has replaced everything. He didn't need it, so I've got it. And then he gave me another one. So
Rob from Clingsborough just said, I have a Dremel somewhere. One day I'll find a use for it. When I bought it, I swore I was going to need it every day.
oh me,
Sounds a bit like JP's laser still in the box.
yeah,
Pete, I didn't burn Sunday night's bowl yet. I sort of
yeah,
like it, but it's a shame it has 3 splits and parallel lines. I suppose you could sell it to a Blondie fan.
yeah.
Good grief. Oh God. Don't make me laugh.
um, Ruby liked it. Send it to her.
Yeah, Lucy likes it.
I liked it. I thought it was nicely done.
Fred
Yes, Roger.
Gilderberlin. Good
Hey,
evening,
Fred.
Fred.
Roger said Shopsmith is a good drill press. Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Um, I like it better as a horizontal drill because there's really not much in the way of setup. To use it as a drill press, it's you got to undo everything that you've got set up to set it up for a drill press. But it does a good job with it. You know, there's no question about that. Just kind of a pain.
Talking of Dremels, JP says, I've got 1 or 2 Dremels. Lol. I'm giving away an 8260 on Instagram soon. Oh, must enter that. I haven't got a Dremel.
That reminds me, I've been meaning to look at see what model mine is. It's so old it doesn't have a number. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Benjamin says, does the shopsmith have a domino built in? What's a domino? What's that? What's that?
My Dremel is so old it only has a 3-digit model number.
Does it still work?
It does. It does. I
Right.
used it last Tuesday.
It'll be fine then.
Yeah, it turns. It spins at 35,000 RPM. So Pete said he hasn't burned it yet. There's still time. And Susie says no.
Lucy thinks it's too nice a piece to burn, Pete.
Yeah,
But
it is.
that's Pete's hobby. She makes it, burns it. That's what he does.
Yeah. Put enough finish on them, they burn real nice.
Yeah, nice bit of wax finish on them.
I was ordering the electronic speed control for my lathe, and it was an aftermarket piece. It came as a belt change lathe. Anyway, I was ordering the speed controller, and he asked me, "What's the serial number of your lathe so that we can make any adjustments we might need to?" And I came in here to the shop and I found it. Took me just a minute. It's 1127 is the serial number.
Wow.
So it's an early production,
Mhm.
but it works like a charm. I definitely saved the motor. Still strong. It's a good 1.5 horse motor. So I'll use that for something. I hadn't figured out exactly what yet.
So JP says he's giving away, the one I'm giving away is the new Bluetooth brushless Platinum kit.
All right.
Does that not just sound expensive? Bluetooth brushless
How
Platinum.
much are those, JP? $12.99.
Yep. Pete Chipson says if it sells fair enough, if it doesn't, firewood.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite right, Pete. I'll maybe having a bonfire of my own soon.
Alex said something that not too long ago I'd have said the same thing. He wishes he could use a skew like that. Alex, it's a matter of practice.
Practice.
Get you some small pieces of wood and use nothing but the skew and turn snowmen with the skew. And after
Snowman
about,
Christmas trees.
yeah, after about
Or
20 or 25 of them, you'll be pretty
Hmm.
good at the skew.
garden covers is another good practice piece. I used my uncle Rob's found in a chest. A metal case motor with a collet chuck. Sparks,
Ah,
sparks flew out of it and it smelled awesome, like electricity.
yeah, yeah. That ozone that those old ones would put out is amazing. I've got one of the old metal case Craftsman drills. Still turns, but the sound of it is terrible. Those bearings are definitely gone, and it throws out some ozone like crazy.
£300 online ish, says JP
Wow,
for a
wow.
drill. Wowzer. I'll definitely have to enter a competition because I can't afford that.
Oh, I did think uh, that lathe motor that I've got, I may use it on my big bowl lathe. That motor has gone out on me, so I may use it on there. But if I do, I'm gonna make it direct drive instead of this big mm-hmm, Reeves drive.
Reeve drive thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Adjustable pulleys. Get that.
yeah. Those are messed up as well, but
Hmm.
that's not why the motor went out. The motor just went because. Makes you find it. Oh,
I don't believe that. The Bluetooth connects to your phone and tells you what speeds to use when you're using and what cutters to use, and the heat of the battery and the life plus a lot more. Oh God, just adding technology for the sake of it.
that sounds like AI to me, and I'm not a fan.
Just
I am not a fan.
it's getting like cars. I was discussing this with my horse compadre Carol. We're driving home. She has a Toyota Land Cruiser, and I think it's 8 or 9 years old now. And she went to the showroom she thought she would upgrade it to a newer model. And the guy in the showroom said to her, "Do you really want to upgrade? Because the one you've got has got less sensors and gadgets in it than the new model, and it's liable to last longer."
Yep, yep.
There's way too much technology getting put into these things now, and it's unnecessary technology, to be honest.
Sure, some of it is. You're right.
It's just so they can add more pounds.
Yep.
Ben says, hey, Paul, I think you need a new Hope XL steady rest for this piece. that'll,
Think so?
that'll be that'll be the one that Mike Walsh showed off the other day.
Yes, yes.
The video up yesterday, I think, or yesterday, I think he put the video.
Jamie doesn't use the Bluetooth, but he likes the lights.
That's a bit like Pete's new lathe. It's got disco lights in it.
Uh,
Why? I mean, my question is why?
yeah.
Yeah. It would be off-putting, would it not?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it does have a function, but why?
Of course, JP's shop has disco lights in it. Yeah, I think Dale did that though.
Alex says last time I used a Dremel was to grind a locking wheel nut off a neighbour's
Mm,
car after you screwed it up. Yeah,
yep,
fair enough. Yeah,
yep. That's the biggest
good
thing I've used mine for.
good use for it. Yeah.
I've ground nails and screws out of floors and cut nuts off of bolts that have been rusted on. And
Mm-hmm.
but I did get a cut-saw burr to fit in it. That's what I used last Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Did a fine job.
It's 1/8. It's a 1/8 shaft, isn't it? It takes.
Yes, yes,
But you can get a little chuck thing, well, call it chuck for the end of them, can't you?
right.
For
Yep.
different sizes too.
Yeah, mine
Oh,
has
well,
the standard chuck in it, but it does take an 1/8 inch.
mm-hmm.
Um, then that little cut saw bit has little carbide teeth all over it, and it cut those little dots very nicely.
Mm-hmm. Douglas Mungham's. Good evening, Douglas.
Hey, Douglas.
Hi, Douglas.
Rob from Kingsford, 3.2mm maximum size for Dremel. There you go.
Yeah,
Thanks for that.
yeah.
Thanks for that, Rob. That's kind of standard size for that sort of
Yes, yes.
rotating tool things that Ryobi make, and Aldi and Lidl make one, and all sorts of things.
Right.
It's all kind of standard size.
You're coming up with a good, very nice finial there, Paul. It's looking pretty good.
It's not something I make a lot of. And you either get the shape sort of flowing right or you don't.
Right.
I love making
Try to
fun.
leave a bit of weight on the bottom because you're going to be using that to lift the lid.
That's correct.
Sure.
It doesn't
Sure.
need to be a fine point you finial on a lid. I wish we would make a 6mm version. That would open up so many options. It really would, Rob. You're quite right. I just bought a 1-inch cut saw bar, but it has the 6mm shaft on it. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to use it in a drill or something with it. But then the drill's not really fast enough for it.
Right.
I could do a few more revs. My Ryobi drill's not fast enough for it.
Pulling down a flex shaft that was given to me, and what does that take?
JP just said, "Oh, look at that! You should change his name to Paul Finial. Paul the Finial." It could be your darts name, Paul the Finial Finley.
Oh yeah, I've got this this flex shaft that I've got will open up to a 1/4 inch or so. Um, I could put a motor on that.
Good. Roy the boys in. Evening, Roy.
Roy, howdy do.
Douglas
I thought he
Mungham
was in
says,
earlier, was he not?
no, I was in it. That was lunchtime. He just said hello and good evening now. So I'm assuming he's just in. Let me see. Douglas Mungham says, Brian, I use files. Can't afford the Dremels. I can't afford a Dremel either, Douglas. And I do have files too. And I use I've got a set of little diamond files that I use a lot for fine detail work on pieces. Very repetitive, but much easier to handle than something that's spinning 1800 revs,
Mm.
particularly for intricate stuff. Right, the boy says, "What's going on here at Paul's tonight?" Paul is making the lid and a finial for the lovely dish that he made at lunchtime. And Roy says, "I'm expecting Brian here tonight." Well, you should have paid attention at lunchtime when I said I wasn't going to be on. Roy, I mean, for goodness sake, pay attention. I'm not well enough to be standing in my workshop. I'm actually starting to cook in the office here, and the heating in the house is not on. Ben says, "No, nah, Roy, we have an upgrade." Thanks, Ben. Appreciate that, Ben. I love your loyalty and support. It's great.
Great. Give that a wee taste of sand sealer. Give it a wee coat of ebonite and lacquer.
Roy says, "Okay, what's up, Brian?" I think I'm just a bit of the flu. I think Michelle calls it man flu. Is that what you've got? Bad cough.
A little head cold that he's going to have to go to the hospital for.
Sinuses is blocked up, and my nose is running, and eyes are
Yeah.
streaming, and all that sort of nonsense.
It's called a weekend out with the horses.
Yeah. The result of being wet in a field for 2 days. Douglas says, "Brian, my bandsaw is a Delta Homecraft from 1953. That's as old as me, Douglas.
Oh, mercy.
I was born in 1953. They made good things in 1953, obviously. I mean, I don't have to say any more than that, really.
Saw a bandsaw here recently that I'd love to have that it was made in the 1800s. It's about a 28-inch bandsaw.
Lovely.
About 28-inch resaw size.
I was going to say that's not a bandsaw. That should be in a sawmill somewhere.
Well, yeah, if it wasn't vertical, it would be.
Rob
It's
from
a
Queensborough
lovely.
says, Rob thinks I've been drinking from a damn glass. Yeah, I probably was. And Benjamin says, "Did they have motors in 1953?" No, it was horses.
My.
It was horses. With 4 horses on a spindle, and if you wanted to go faster, you had to make them trot.
There you go.
Right. Knocking everything over here.
Yep, that finial's going to look nice.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It is. Yeah, you remind me, Brian, going to these grist mills, how those mills only run at one speed, but with the pulleys and all of that,
Oh yeah,
and the belts, they can go from super slow to super fast.
surely.
Yeah.
Michelle and I both worked in a place in Scotland. It was a place called Wilkie's, and they are a what's the weavers is what they are. They weave fabric.
Sure.
And the factory is all electric now, but it used to be run on off the water wheel on the side of the building.
Yeah.
And it still had all the metal shafts and everything all over the ceiling, and the pulleys where the belts would come down onto the machines.
Right.
It would have been an amazing place to see when it was actually running off the watermill.
Don't you know? Yeah, every once in a while I run across a grist mill here that's still in operation, and they are so fun.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about looms.
Looms, yeah.
Yeah.
Looms and all sorts of other machines that they had in the
Yes.
rest of the time, big looms and they had great big looms as well. I mean, things that are sort of 24 or 30 feet wide
Oh yeah, yeah.
for making. They used to make a lot of hessian
Okay,
from jute.
right, right.
Um, until they sold all the hessian looms away to India.
Yeah, isn't that the way everything happens? It
Mhm.
all goes to India eventually. Bargain think.
Roy Boy says, I'm using a bargain ThinkPad. Oh, I've just lost that. Where'd that go? ThinkPad i7 laptop. I got it at the boot sale last week. It runs faster than my i7 Dell. I forgot to say it was 20 quid. Roy, you, do you wear a mask when you go and take? Go?
He does. Well, somebody was it Steve was saying he does all his trading at the pub.
Mm-hmm.
So he waits till they're been there a little
Yeah.
while, and then he
Yeah.
makes a deal with them.
Buys them a few rounds of drinks and gets a
Yeah,
cheap deal.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
3 or 4 pints, and they're snockered.
So that's that and that. And I'll just took the foot off the piece. And, well, let's glue that in.
I'm going to have to look up what a ThinkPad is now because I've never even heard of a ThinkPad. See you, Roy the boy.
I can't think who makes that now. ThinkPad. Is that Lenovo maybe?
No idea. Just looking at them now. ThinkPad.
It's,
Lenovo, yeah. It is Lenovo.
Okay. Yeah, Lenovo. Yep, they've come on strong. Um,
I take all my computer advice from my good friend Pete, twist off the Twisted Trees.
there you go. It's always good to have at least one good computer friend.
Right, we'll just get the foot off this.
JP wants to know what lathe you're using, Paul.
This is a Weathermack. Weathermack DB801 Vario. It's the old. Was before same make as Pete's, only his is a newer thing. This is
Right.
what they did make.
Yeah.
Years ago.
What have you done to that?
It's a wee bit of paper.
All right, okay. Rob says the best PC advice I was ever given was to turn off the Windows, turn Windows Update off.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't downhide them. They make a mess of your computer.
They can. They surely can.
And
They
Roy
always
says,
came at the wrong time.
yeah, Roy says the sound is coming out better than my other laptop. Oh, that's good then. So why is turning the updates off good advice? That's the question. Or are Windows a bit like Apple?
The Windows, they come at odd times. sometimes just before you need to start using your computer. They don't come. Yeah, you have scheduled updates, but then they
Mhm.
have their major updates come whenever they feel like sending them out.
Yeah.
Um, and then sometimes I don't know. It just seems like you end up with more issues after an update
Mm.
than
That's
you
kind.
had before.
That's kind of what Rob just said there. He says, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
fix stuff that's not broke, and it just doesn't make sense.
No, Alex just said, Rob, always have as minor, never legal versions. Shh, Alex.
That's
That's
the other issue.
that's twice tonight, boy.
Ah, you have something that's not 100% kosher, and you're talking about getting messed up when an update comes through.
JP says, mine tried
Yeah.
to do an update during a live stream when I said, wait, my computer was saying like, heck no. My computer just froze and went mental.
Yes. Yes. Exactly right. Exactly right. Freeze up and won't do nothing.
That's kind of what I was thinking, Ben. Most of the updates are kind of security updates. That's what I thought anyway. But what do I know about computers? I switch it on and hope for the best, basically. And if it goes wrong, I shout for Pete.
And then he has you revert back to an old version.
Yeah. It's not the first time he said leave the keyboard, and then
Yes. Yes.
and then things start moving on their own,
Yeah.
which means
Yeah. Sometimes you
Pete's in the back door.
yeah. Sometimes you just have to walk away and let them do their thing.
I have my automatic updates on. It comes on, but it always asks me, "Do you want to install it now?" It
Yeah.
doesn't actually just do it.
Oh, mercy. I've had mine do it right at critical times.
Well, you go out to the workshop and turn it on, and there's a little yellow button there that says "Updates to be installed," and I just say later.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never do it before live, never, just in case it goes
Right. Right.
pear shaped.
Yeah. Wait till after you're live and then do it when you got a week to
Yeah.
fix it.
Well, I've got a week to get in touch with Pete and get him to fix it.
There you go. I'm in a bit of a pickle right now. My iPhone is maxed out on updates.
Oh,
Um,
that's a bit like
it
Michelle's
won't
iPad.
take. Yeah,
Yeah,
with the
won't take
new
anymore.
iPhone coming out, it just came out, the 15,
Dead,
but
yeah.
the iOS 17 has come out. I cannot take. I've got an 8, an iPhone 8, so I cannot take the iOS 17 updates.
Yeah. I
So
think Michelle has an old iPad there. It's still on something like
yeah.
12.6 or something, and mine's about
Oh my.
16 point something.
Yes, 16. I know I put 16.1. Seems like another
Mhm.
one came out last week, but I'm not even going to bother with it.
Rob's laughing. He says, uh, "Works tech people do that to his laptop, and it freaks him out." He says, "The thing just starts working by itself. It's like it's possessed." Yeah, I know.
Ah,
I was trying to do some of this when I first started, and we were starting to set up OBS and stuff. And I tried to, and Pete was talking me through it, and I was trying to do the OBS, and he says, "I'll send you a link. Click on it, and then leave the mouse alone." He said.
yep. Let her run. Let her run.
So he sent me. Julie sent me the link. I clicked on the link, and it let him into the computer. Then, and he obviously thought it'd be quicker to do it myself than try to
Yeah.
talk this idiot through it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Alex talking about he doesn't rely on the Windows security updates. I don't either. He said he's using one of his computers is a XP. I
Hmm.
just put an XP away. Um, tried to use it to do my lives and things, and nothing is supported by XP any longer.
No, no.
So, I don't have any viruses on it. I've double and triple checked that, and I use a free antivirus. I don't pay for antivirus.
Quite right.
Um, I've had security people tell me, "Oh, that free stuff is as good as what you pay for it." Well, I had trouble with Norton, and it took me 3 weeks to get it off that computer so that I could unlock the computer. Um, Unbelievable. Yeah, using a VPN.
Hmm.
That's a good way of staying safe there, Alex.
That's much I know. What's a VPN? See, I don't.
Somebody's gonna have to help me. I know what it is, but I can't. It doesn't come to my head right now. Virtual
Hey,
personal
Jeremy.
network.
Yeah.
You're all right, Paul. What's that one there?
Yeah, I had to bend down there to get that
Oh,
ruler there.
that's the kind of noises I make when I bend down, Paul.
Me too. Ah!
I hit my head on the way up
Oh,
That's
even
even
worse.
worse.
off the
even
tool
worse.
rest.
Can be kind of pointy, them tool rests, can't they?
Uh,
Let that dry. I get the wee taste of glue in this Finial.
Rob.
Rob says I don't go on any dodgy websites like YouTube or Facebook. Doesn't do it before downloading some kind of antivirus. You're exactly right. Some kind, but you don't have to pay big bucks for it either.
Yeah.
There's a couple of free ones that do an excellent job.
Oh, Ben. You need to use a VPN when you need to visit dirty websites.
No.
Ben. Misaligned my character there.
Oh, the lid off this
Rob uses a mast.
Yeah, I think Rob, you're on the right line.
Mast McAfee. I don't know what I use. There must be something on this computer. Must to be.
You would have to install it because they don't come automatic. Well, they might come with McAfee or Norton, either one.
There's definitely something in here, but I don't know what it is. Sure. I definitely don't pay for any software. I pay for enough software.
I probably need to pay for some. I've tried to do all of mine with free, and it's most of it's fine.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't have right on the computer itself, I don't have an editing program
Right.
that I need. I need to get one. On my phone, I use iMovie. That's what I do. That's what I've done all my videos on. It's on my phone.
Works straight. I use Filmora.
Yeah.
Wondershare Filmora.
Well,
And Epidemic Sounds for music.
Shoot. I'll have to go back and look. When I was just getting started, Rich was telling me about Richard Bennett was telling me about something shot.
I don't know.
Whichever. That's just another one. Just another one.
Benjamin says, Paul, this piece makes me want crumpets.
Oh dear.
Oh, Ben, it's always food with you, man. It's always food.
There you are, guys. Finished piece with the Finial
That is absolutely
I
gorgeous bit
like
of
it.
work.
I like it.
Good bit of work, Paul. Well done, mate. I'm
So
impressed.
I'll bring you guys in. And,
Good job.
where are we here?
And thanks for covering in the short nose.
Uh,
Alex says not in his pants. Avast is good, and I tend to use Nod 32. There you go.
oh, so there you are, guys. Turned that this afternoon, and we finished the lead in the finial tonight.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
take the foot off. It
I
needs to
wouldn't
be
say Paul's.
clean.
I wouldn't say Paul's been turning along, but he started at daylight and it's dark now.
I'll have to clean all the wee holes there. It's full of wax.
Oh yeah,
I can get a Q-tip and go around that and clean them all out.
it's
But
a nice
there you
Yeah.
are,
picture.
guys.
Well done, buddy, and well turned as well. I have to say.
Yep.
Good job.
Yep. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
And just for those that didn't see the original piece, there's
The
original
prize-winning piece.
there.
There you go.
I turned that 8 years ago and entered into my first competition and got first place with it.
The contrasting lid, contrasting color lid, does something to it. I don't know. I don't know if it
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
definitely makes a difference.
So there are 3 pieces of timber there. Sycamore,
Mm.
I think it's beech and I don't know what that is, but it's 3 pieces. So it's slightly smaller than this
Did
one.
you notice he's very confident with that lid there? He's turning that thing on its side and everything, and the lid hasn't fallen out once. He's very confident about the fit of that lid. Look, it's either that or he's glued it in.
Double face tape.
Ah, no, it's a pop fit. Good man, Paul.
That one, I won't do it with this one because it's a wee
No.
bit looser.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it does.
Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. Good lad.
There you are, guys.
That's all
Thank
right.
you for coming over and watching, and thank you, Brian and Doug, for
Not a
Oh,
bother.
you're
coming
so
Thank you.
back
welcome.
Thank
this
you for
evening to
covering.
do earworming. And
Thanks for letting us.
I'll see you
And don't
all
forget,
next Monday afternoon.
and don't forget the Doug's on tomorrow night, guys. Time you on, Doug?
I'll just 8 o'clock your
8
time.
o'clock. 8 o'clock
I
GMT.
just stuck the
plus
link in again, so in case you need it.
Good man.
But if you're
Thank you, Doug.
subscribed, you should get that notice anyway.
Should.
So again, thanks very much, guys, for coming over. I'm not normally here on a Monday evening.
No, you're not.
Filling for Brian, who's not feeling the best today night.
No.
So
All
I
right.
thought I would just jump in and finish that, and that's it finished. So
Good
say
job,
cheerio.
Paul.
Thank
Cheerio.
you, Douglas.
Cheerio.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.